Hi friends, I'm doing good. I have got my dose of the sunshine last weekend and I'm back in my workshop, soon to be old workshop. I'm moving to a new space next weekend. I keep getting these really long-winded comments on YouTube, right, that are like, what's your inspiration? They ask a million questions at once and it's kind of overwhelming to have to answer them all. But I was thinking, just as I was setting up for this video, that one of the questions is, where do you get your inspiration from? And I'm inspired by anything that's sort of a organic, natural looking form. I love these patterns that I see existing from the microcosmic to the macrocosmic. These patterns of or organizations of structures that exist within ourselves, within the microbiome world, that exist on the surface of Mars, or even like Earth's geological formations. I love that the trees look like our lungs, that there are these patterns that exist everywhere and all around us. And I'm not a religious person. I find that a difficult idea to comprehend with, but I find solace in these patterns that are everywhere and that replicate, and they remind me that I am universe and universe is me. I spent a lot of time when I was younger wishing I had a religion or some kind of thing that I truly believed in, and I don't, and that is troubling at times, but this understanding that we're one and the same, we're made up of one and the same, keeps me grounded. And I love anything that references that, relates to that, right? So whenever I find a new technique or a new kind of practice that allows me to achieve those forms and those textures, it's very exciting. So today I'm going to show you how to make Mitsuro Hikime wax. You need just the tools in your kitchen to do this. You don't need anything fancy. We're going to be using beeswax, pine resin and red wax. I'll show you where to get all three from. And you just make it in a hot pot or a pan that you don't mind sort of ruining on your kitchen stove, and it's jolly good fun. The patterns that this wax creates, it's sort of like taffy. You have to stretch it, and as you stretch it you get striations, and then you twist it and you fold it and you get all these really beautiful organic forms. It's super organic. Let's get to it. Here is what you need to make Mitsuro Hikime wax. You need a crock pot. Mine's a bit of an heirloom. It's been in the family since Mum and Dad got married, I believe. So you need 3 ingredients. You need beeswax, pine resin, which looks like almost like the Philosopher's Stone, and you need red wax. This is a ferrous wax product that it sort of molds like clay. Now I've got a recipe for you. 1 part beeswax, 1 part pine resin, and 5 to 7% of the total weight of those two in red wax. If the mixture is too sticky, you can add a little bit of paraffin or white spirit, and they'll do sort of the same thing. First of all, I need to extract some beeswax. I bought my beeswax and my pine resin off of eBay, about £20. The lady who sold me it, she used to make beeswax wraps, and her little business she'd stopped doing it. Anyway, she sold me these two for 20 quid, but I have had this for years, and getting the wax off of this big chunk, I've tried so many things. I was hammering it earlier and I managed to retrieve a scalpel blade that I think has been stuck in it since 2021. I've got my little scales here. I have bits of it blue pizza today. Here's some I made earlier. I hope you Americans out there know what blue pizza is. Staple of British childhood. Okay, so I'm gonna measure out my beeswax and see what I get. I'm aiming for 50 grams, that's 60 grams, that would be good. So that in total is going to give me around about 130, 140 grams of wax melting around in here. Bearing in mind that one piece of jewellery, like one ring, tends to weigh about 1 to 2 grams in wax. I don't think I need any more because that gives me the opportunity to make maybe 10 pieces or something. So I have 60 grams of beeswax. And I'm going to get it melting in here. Lid back on. Now I'm going to measure out my pine resin. These chunks of pine resin take an age to melt, but there's lots and lots of sort of more dusty stuff in the bottom. So I'm going to scrape that out and measure out 60 grams. I thought maybe you'd like a close-up. There we go, 60 grams. 60 grams in the pot. Finally, this is also quite hard to get out. I think the best way to get this out is with a scalpel. This wax is how I made this guy. Frank and Buddy, if you didn't know, one of my lovely viewers helped me name him. It's like a moldable, you have to warm it up in your hands, but it's really like clay. So I'm gonna go for 6 because that's nice and in the center. Bit of a mental arithmetic. 120 divided by 10 is 12 grams, which would be 5%. No. 5% would be 6 grams, and then 6%, maybe 7.5? 7.5? Seems right to me. Maths is not my forte. Okay, 7.4, I'm happy with that. Right, now let's pop this in. Okay, this is what it currently looks like. And have I got it on? It was on low, I've now got it on high. I've got some jobs to do. You can see, oh, that pine resin is so sticky, look. I've got some jobs to do, but we'll come back to this in about an hour or so and see how it's getting on. So half an hour later, we have this, ooh, gloopy gloop. So you can see the beeswax has like become liquid, and that pine resin is sort of very syrupy still. It's a lovely colour though, isn't it? It's hard to see. It smells amazing, by God, can I tell you? It smells like the sauna and cedarwood hot tubs, the pine forest. All those chef's kiss things. Did you see chef's kiss has been added to the Oxford Dictionary? I love that because I use it all the time. After an hour, we have this beautiful, smooth puddle. To start working with your Mitsuro wax, you need to pour your hot molten wax into some water to cool it down.
Once it's in the water, start working it with your hands, but be careful and gentle with it at this point because little pockets of molten wax might still be in the center and they could burn you. Start squishing it together in the water, and once it's cooled down, take it out of the water and begin stretching it kind of like taffy. And as you can see here, I start twisting it, rolling it, making little beautiful spirals out of it. But here is when you just start to play and let your creativity and intuition guide you as you learn and explore this new material.
My face is much more red than when we last saw each other, product of hard work this afternoon. I've done every task for my market this weekend. Excellent. But I just don't have enough time to play with the wax and give it enough time. Mitsuro is really slow. Like, it's very calming and gentle, slow movements, and you really need to like get into a flow with it. And after a long hard day, I'm just not present enough to relax into the practice. So next time we will do a playtime and we'll make some different shapes and see what's possible. Thanks for watching.